Good evening, internets. It's Saturday, June 6th, 2020, and it's time for another exciting edition of BOOKWARD BOUND, which my 301-day journey from I should really do this to done when it comes to creating a brand new book by January 1st, 2021 for uploading to Amazon's Kindle Direct Publishing, where I will self-publish a brand new book, and that brand new book is going to be right there. It's going to look exactly like that because I've already designed the cover art. And it's called NONFICTION BRAND, Discovering, Crafting, and Communicating the Completely True, Completely You brand you already are. Yep, and that's what this whole thing is about. It's about creating a truly authentic personal or small business brand. And I'm all with Mark Schaefer, and I believe that a personal brand is your small business brand, or your small business brand is actually your personal brand because you're the person people are hiring. You're the person people want to engage with. You're the person that is bringing value to that whole conversation and relationship. So you should be building a personal brand, and that's what this whole book is about. And so what I do during these episodes, of these live stream episodes, is I write, I design, I outline, I mind map or whatever the parts of the book, moving that book forward in one form or another. And I'm going to be doing it for a total of 301 days. I started this on March 5th of 2020. And tonight is, I think, episode 91, maybe 92. I always mean to look it up before I go live, but I always forget. So it's 91 or 92. It doesn't really matter. But it's in the 90s now, which is pretty amazing to me because I wasn't sure I was going to be able to do this live stream consecutive thing at all. And it's going pretty darn well, especially because I'm getting a lot of the book actually written. And how am I doing that? Well, first off, I'm going to this bad boy application called Scrivener. And it's a really great app for anybody who wants to write a book. And you can see right here, the main section is for writing. Over here, it's kind of outliney. You can have all sorts of comments and footnotes and additional artwork or, images, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. There are a couple of different ways you can look at stuff. It's just really, really cool overall. And unfortunately, I'm not here to teach you how to use Scrivener. There are plenty of videos on YouTube that can teach you that. Instead, I'm going to show you exactly how I go about writing a book and self-publishing a book, because this will be a self-published book courtesy of Collaborator Publications, which happens to be my personal imprint of the from the Collaborator creative universe of creative goodness, creative collaboration goodness. And yeah. So what are we working on tonight? I think I need to do some writing because up here in the front, I've got green flags indicating this section is totally done and edited. A couple of sections where it's like, I haven't written anything in there yet, and I'm not going to tonight either. The blue ones are, this section is pretty much done but hasn't been edited yet. I think I need to write something someplace else in here. What do I want to write tonight? Okay, so that's pretty much done. Personal brand power tools, kind of guide. Oh my gosh, what am I going to write? I'm going to get rid of that because it's bothering me. Up close and personal. Okay, so today I was editing the Nonfiction Brand podcast for release on Monday, the second half of a conversation with Dana Sanchez, who's really fun, really cool. And we had a great conversation. And I think I want to talk about her from the aspect of the worst day of her life. The worst day of her life. How about that? Change it. Yeah, let's talk about that because it's fresh in my mind. I was just listening to the conversation all day today. The worst day of her life. Enabled the dream business she never knew she wanted. How about just the dream business she never knew she wanted? Yeah, that's provocative enough. It's always important to make your sections interesting, or the title of it, so that people go, let me read about that. The day it was one of those days that went from bad to worse to existentially catastrophic. Dana Sanchez was the number 2 sales rep at a small market radio station in Missouri, USA. It was the kind of place where the title sales rep was more or less a joke, because she performed the tasks, the functions. Sales rep, but also copywriter, radio commercial producer, account executive for a portfolio of 250 or so. Let's just do a tilde. 250 clients. Unfortunately, her completely kind and bubbly personality landed her right in the middle of a shooting war between two rival car dealerships from what she could later learn, the one dealer poached a valued employee from the other dealer. Hired from the other dealer. When dealer B accused dealer A of poaching said employee, they said no, we'd never do such a thing, but we were looking for a new associate, and we had a mutual friend, Dana. And we hired. I don't want to get too deep into this. And they said, no, we never just bought. We were looking, and we had a mutual friend, Dana. Now, Dana never brokered intro the two parties, recommended the hire, or did anything to broker the deal. But when dealer B pulled all advertising from the radio station, the station manager did what he thought he had to do to try to repair the relationship. Dismiss Dana immediately. Quite frankly, Dana was collateral damage. completely innocent and just collateral damage in a stupid turf war. But she had kids to feed, a mortgage to pay, and suddenly a completely uncertain future. But she something that topped, trumped all that. A de facto personal brand with around 250 fans just waiting. 150 a de facto personal brand with 250 fans just waiting to hear about her next move. You can hear all about what she did next in episodes 93 and 94 of the Fiction Brand podcast. I love what you did. But the point, don't need italicized there, but the point I really want to make is that her completely true, completely you brand was already in play, working on her behalf. And she didn't even know it. How? Rather, even though she was summarily marched out door in cleaning out her desk. First day of her 9th year station. She didn't want to leave her clients in the dark about what happened. And wanted to make sure they understood that they would be well taken care of. Yeah, she's that great. And that of customer care is absolutely core to her personal brand. I don't think I need great. Yeah, she's that great. Core to her personal brand. You can tell because even though she had been gut punched out of the blue, she immediately into customer service mode. Trying to save client relationships for the station, radio station. Side note. Author's side note. I definitely would not have had the grace to do that. The brand she didn't know she had? She dumb. She demonstrated on day one. I don't know, the brand she didn't know she had. I don't know if that's right. The brand she didn't know she had. The brand she didn't know she had. I'm opening up Restream just in case anybody's watching and wants to talk. You can write in the chat box, ask me a question, say hi, whatever. I love distractions. So type away and let's chat. Meanwhile, the brand she didn't know she had. How about just leave it at that? The brand she didn't know she had. All right, that's at 11 point. That's 13. I'm doing my subheads at 13 point just to give it a little bit of oomph without being too much. The brand she. If you had asked Dana on days 1 through 17, 14, 21, 20. Of her what do I do now? Situation. Had a brand. I guarantee I am 100% certain have said, would have replied with an emphatic no. But the reality was she did. And her former portfolio of clients knew it. As she met with them to explain what happened, the inevitable question arose of what are you going to do now? She'd answer completely. She'd answer really like to do is what I did for you. It comes to radio, but also expand beyond that to include the complete range of traditional and new media channels to give people like you a complete marketing solution. was completely factual. Their reaction was expected. Why don't you do that for us? Us? Question mark. A little stunned. Say, more than one client said so. Was born. Its 10th year of success. As she had built the business she didn't know she wanted. Yeah, how about that? Yeah, that's good. And so Clipboard Confidence was born and is now in its 10th year of success. And now it's now, as of 2020, in its 10th year of success. As I said, had you talked to Dana shortly after being ushered out the door, she'd her brand. She'd likely laugh, maybe ugly cry your face. But now, just take a look at her website. Clipboard Confidence. Go ahead and deconstruct it, and you'll see that she has completely identified and embraced the who she is and is being it every single day, every interaction, social media post. You get what you see is what you get, and even her website copy reflects that. Let's look it up. I know what's her tagline. Safari. Small business marketing that doesn't suck. Tagline. Smart business marketing that doesn't suck. Is not some flaccid group, flaccid focus group, certified, lowest common denominator gruel. It's just a sampling of the caliente the caliente salsa you can expect her to be serving up every time you interact with her. It's just a sampling of the caliente salsa. Salsa caliente. Should we call it salsa caliente? I don't know. Let's look it up. Salsa caliente. Salsa caliente. Salsa dancing. Salsa caliente. Yeah. I like it better that way. Salsa time with her. Dana knows who she is. She's being it. And does she miss her old job? Just ask her, comma, and hold for the laugh. So 748 words. That's about 2 pages. And if I get a picture of her, that'll easily push it to 3. All right, I'm feeling good about that. So I'm going to give this, I'm going to change the icon to bluish for this section. Is kind of done written wise, but I need to go through it, and I might add to it when I read through it again. I definitely would not have had the grace to do that. But the brand needed Dana. So I might add a little bit in there. But I'm okay for tonight. So how long have I been up here? 42 minutes. That's long enough. I'm boring myself. So, you know, this is not about me writing hours and hours and hours. It's about me writing a little bit every single day. And it's not even about me writing a little bit every single day. It's about me moving my book forward a little bit every single day. Because frankly, if I made this an onerous chore, I would probably give up. But as I said, this is episode 91, 92 of the podcast, which means, or not the podcast, the live stream, and that means I've been going live every night for 91, 92 days. That's pretty cool. And I want to thank you for helping make that happen, because I've made this commitment to you, which is kind of a weird way of making a commitment to myself. If it was just me, I'd probably sit on my butt upstairs watching some Netflix or something. But instead, because I feel like I've made a commitment to you, I get off my butt, I come down to my office, and I actually do some significant work on this book. And the good news is I've got plenty of days left to go. In fact, of the 301 days, if this is episode 91, I guess I've got 210 days, something like that, left to go. 210, wow. I would like to get it done before that, though, to be honest with you. Because okay, I'm only telling you this. Keep it between us. I would really like to have a companion workbook to go with this. So the book would lay out the philosophy and a lot of the strategy, but then the workbook would have a lot of the tactical worksheets and, I don't want to say recipes, but that type of thing, frameworks. That's the big new term, right? Frameworks on how you can actually do this stuff, because philosophy is fine. And for some people, they have to know the philosophy. But for a lot of us, it's like, give me the recipe, give me the cookbook, give me the workbook. So wouldn't that be cool if I could have not just one book, but 2 ready to bring with me to social media marketing world in March of 2021? I think it'd be really, really cool. And so that's what I'm going to shoot for, which means I got to do more nights like tonight where I actually do some significant writing. Cool. I'm feeling good about this. Are you feeling good about this? I hope so. Because it's time for me to say good night. So I will be saying goodnight in just a few minutes. But for now, I'm DP Knudten for the Nonfiction Brand podcast, which comes out every Monday. And this Monday's episode is going to be the second half episode with Dana Sanchez, who I just wrote about. So how cool is that? You'll be able to listen to a lot of the stuff that I just wrote. Well, anyway, you'll get to hear her voice instead of mine. And you can find the podcast wherever fine podcasts are free. So check that out. And if you like it, please like, subscribe, refer, and review, especially review, because that helps other people find the podcast. That's it for me tonight. Thanks so much for tuning in. I guess that's it. So I'm going to say theme music. Take us on out. See you later. Bye-bye.